Hey guys, Doc. So a lot to cover in this video. We're going to talk about these falling temperatures, how to keep your lawn green, the switch over that we're going to make on our fertilizers. The good witch came over yesterday and cut this lawn. I'll go ahead and put that up because the lawn looks so good after recovering from the horrible abandonment we had with it. The lawn looks really good right now. We'll talk a little bit about pre-emergence later, and I'll talk a little bit about the army worms and grub treatments I'm doing. So I got a lot to cover, so stick with me for a minute. Hey guys, so before I begin, of course, make sure you have the calendars, because the calendars cover this, and the calendars are at the lawn guides, and there's a website for each lawn. So there's a free lawn care guide, go there, and you'll see that website is for cool season. There's also a link to the Bermuda website and to the Zoysia website. They all cover everything. They have the calendars. Everything's there for you. We talk about this. It is barely 7 o'clock in the morning. It's a little bit chilly out here. This is the time of year where we're going to stop our slow release fertilizers on warm season. Cool season, guys, you guys are going to actually go switch, put down some slow release. But for warm season, for Zoysia and Bermuda, we want to stop that fertilizer that's going to be feeding for 6 to 8 weeks. We don't want that. What we want is we just want a little bit of nutrients just to keep that sort of green pop on the lawn, just to make it look nice. You got it? So we're switching over. You can use green shocker or you can use PGF balance. Today I'm going to put down green shocker. Next week I'll put down the balance. The balance is a 10-10-10. The green shocker is, I think, is a 7-1-2. The green shocker is a DG particle, so it's the size of salt, guys. A lot of people don't realize that, how fine it is. So when you put out a fertilizer that's mild, you have to have it that small to get good coverage and good particle disbursement. So every single blade of grass is basically going to be exposed to this product. And as soon as you start to water it, you water it, you water it, water it, get it into the ground, within 3 or 4 days, you'll see this pop of green. That's what green shocker is for. It's for that fast release. It's a mild. You cannot burn your lawn with this stuff because it's just mild. And you get that green pop. Now the balance is not a DG particle, but it is all fast release. And it's a 10-10-10 with micronutrients and iron. So I sort of switch between both, put it down mild, and that's what I do for the fall. So why do I put down green shocker early in the morning when there's a dew on the grass? Perfect time for this, because it's a DG particle. That means all these particles are going to basically hit the dew. They're going to break down and they're going to be ready to actually water in. So I'll put it on the lawn and you'll see it actually sticking to the blades of grass and getting wet. And then when I'm done, after about 10-15 minutes, I'll actually run my irrigation system and push it right in. So it's like instantly getting into the grass. That's why I love it. So that's what I'm gonna start with today. I got a lot of stuff on my plate. I gotta run over to the farm. I gotta run to Lowe's, and then I gotta run to the farm. I have to dig in a trench across the road so I can put an irrigation pipe across that. I still gotta do the lawn. We gotta work on the green. I got a bunch of stuff, man. I barely have time to make this video. All right, so I made the mistake of leaving my spreader out overnight, which means it's wet, and you do not want to put fertilizers in a wet spreader, especially a DG particle. So I need to go in here and dry this off. Why did I do that? That was not smart. So this is a bag of the green shocker, and one bag will cover, depending on how you put it out, 4,000, 5,000 square feet. So I'll probably put 2 bags out here and 1 bag out front. Before you put your green shocker in, you have to understand the spreader settings. Because this is so fine, I want you guys to start with an 1/8 of an inch hole. Yes, I said an 1/8 of an inch hole. You got that? So you really have to put this out. You really have to set it, because it's like salt, and I'll show you in a minute. This is why this product is so effective. Can you see how fine these particles are? And these particles will break down in about 30 seconds once they're exposed to water. So every single square inch of this lawn is basically going to have a particle on it. That's why it's so effective. Along with that comes 2 problems. Number one, you really have to watch your spreader settings. And number two, you can't see this product going out. So you have to know how wide is it going, and you have to have a good path. That's another reason why I like to do this when there's dew on the ground, because I can watch my paths and you'll see me. So I know I'm probably going to spread about, this stuff doesn't throw that far. It probably throws about 3 feet with this one. So that's what I'm going to do. All right, so now quite honestly, I think I put it out too light that time. And one of the ways I can tell is when I go over my stepping stones, I can actually see the amount of stuff I'm putting out. Plus, I did this whole area. And I could just tell by the amount that's going down. What I'll probably do, since I'm doing it light, instead of opening up my spreader more, is I'll just come back and I'll just crisscross this. But you can see what happens when you put this out in the dew. You get to see everywhere you go. So the next thing I want to do is I want to go ahead and I want to put some of this on the putting green. But again, I don't want to change my hole setting. So I'm pretty much done, and what I'm going to do now is I'll go do the front, and we'll let this sit on this dew for about 10-15 minutes while I'm doing the other areas, and then I'm going to run my irrigation system. If you ever get out a magnifying glass and look at this stuff, you'll see it hanging on. Actually, it sort of grabs the water and forms droplets, and this stuff just breaks down. Matter of fact, when you finish, if you're walking over it, your shoe will actually turn a little bit, sometimes a little bit. You have a little bit of black residue on it, but it doesn't stain at all. I go all the way out front. I'm not going to take the video camera. I go out front, and I'm like, damn, this lawn looks so good. I got to get the video camera. All right, so let's get this part. I hate to put marks on it. It looks so good. It's just peaceful. A little bit of that hazy dew on there. Nicely edged. You'll see the edging. I'll put a little bit of the edging up. Yeah, it's just gorgeous. So I'm going to pull up Ratio, and what I'm going to do is when that comes up, I'm going to pull up Shithole. That's what I named the front section. I'm going to do a quick run, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to do most of these at about 7. This little strip over here only needs about 3 minutes, and the back needs a lot more. The back needs about 10 minutes because it's such a big zone. I'm gonna hit run, Shithole, backyard, and the beach house. Do a 7-minute cycle. If you want to even work it even more, finish all your cycles, come back, and then run like another 5-minute cycle. do that short cycle, get it pushed in. I've actually now, I'll put up the cutting from yesterday. The Good Witch came over. And what else? I got to run to Lowe's. I got to buy some 3-inch PVC because I got to dig up a road and make a channel for an irrigation pipe that I need run up to the upper field. Because we don't have any rain coming. We got no rain coming for like 8 days, 9 days, maybe even 10 days. It sucks. So the Good Witch is here. Ryan's down at the beach house doing some stuff for me down there, plus he's fishing. So she's going to come over and cut grass. I already worked on the green. I did a pH adjustment. I did a cut. I did a core aerate. We got a ton of stuff going on, but I need her to cut the grass today. Now, I was telling Jess this morning that I changed the belt on this reel mower, and what used to happen sometimes,
it would get stuck and you had to kind of like give it a little push to get it going.
It just wasn't
catching.
Yeah, and then sometimes by the end of the cut, you'd sort of have to help it along uphill or whatever. And I told her, this thing does wheelies now. Seriously, it does. It's like you touch it and it's like it's off. You'll feel it when you do it. So she's going to cut the front. We're leaving the front. It's not going to be that much of a cut, but I want to stay on it. We've raised it up to just under an inch. The back we're still doing about 3/4. So when you do the back, we'll drop it down 1 notch. So that's where we are. We're going to cut and do some more stuff. This thing goes now. It's just been a crazy day. I've been on the go since 6 a.m. this morning. So the Good Witch has finished the front and I've edged it. And I gotta tell you, that just looks phenomenal. I mean, am I gonna really complain about this? I don't think so. I don't think I'm gonna complain. It's gorgeous. And this is looking really great. Remember what this looked like? What, 2 months ago? Yeah, this looked like crap 2 months ago. I have to go over to the farm because they're making arrangements for a dumpster and a few different things. That right there looks pretty damn amazing, I gotta tell you. After what we've been through with this, all these yellow dead dying patches. Howdy. So I had to run over to the farm property real quick. And the nice thing about the farm property is I have free water. The house cost me a buttload of money to run water because I'm on city. This, you can see the germination all coming up. Can you see it? Let me go over there and show you real quick. I think you can see I've got germination coming up on this final seeding, hopefully. Well, this one I actually run off a bored well. Now, a shallow bored well, at the beach house we have a shallow well which is like a 6-inch tube. This is different. This is a big 24-inch by 30-foot deep bored well. It's an old one that we're gonna have to clean up. And so that one I actually run the sprinklers for the backyard over here. And like when they came in, they poured the foundation this week for the new sunroom. So they use this shallow well for all their cement and concrete mixing. So there's the new foundation for the sunroom when we completely redo this thing. And then that'll be our view that we're looking out on. So then let me take you up and show you. You can hear the high pressure pump running out here. We pull from the pond and we run it 450 feet up into the field. Now we're running a 2-inch high pressure pump. And then both of these fields, this has the big sprinkler on it over here. And then this has the smaller unit over here. Now that's a big field. And that thing covers that whole field over there. So that's probably something like you're used to seeing at a golf course or a baseball field. Going to do, see that piece of white PVC over there? I'm going to run that 3-inch under the road so that I can get water up to that field over there. I think what I can do is if I shut off the smaller one and just run 2-inch all the way up there, I should be able to put that sprinkler up there and get water to that field because, man, we're dry again. There's my huge stockpile of wood chips. You know, the economy's gonna collapse, so I invested in wood chips. I really think that that commodity's gonna really take off strong. I'm such an idiot. I do love, let me flip up my visor. I do love this back driveway though. When you come through here, it's just so cool. Just has that soft sort of pine tree look. So up here, the only house I have near me is up over there in the very front of the property, but I put in a bunch of gravel over here, and this is where we're gonna have our standard dumpster right there. We're gonna get a 4-yard dumpster drop there. The reason being is, you know, we generate a lot of trash doing all the crap we do, and they have regular trash service out here, but you got to wheel your can out to the road, and I'm like, I ain't doing that. So for an extra 75 bucks a month, I'm gonna have a 4-yard, you know, like you see at a restaurant, a regular small dumpster, and then they can come in, they can pick it up, they can turn around, and they can leave. So I'm back here at the house. Doc's tired, man. God, these days are this long. So in the either tomorrow or the next day, hit that red subscribe button. I've ordered a bunch of these online soil tests, and I've done a comparison of them. I've played with them, and I think one of the reasons why people don't get soil tests is convenience. It's really not so much the cost, it's just the convenience, number one. Number two, do you get back a good, easy, readable result? So I have a winner. And the technology that they use is fantastic. The reports that they use are fantastic, and it's quick. I mean, really quick. I mean, it was like 6 days. Boom, there's my soil test. So I really like that. I'll do a video on that because it's really important this time of year to get your soil test done, to know your final fertilizers, and to understand whether you need to be doing some corrections over the winter time too. So anyways, long video, long day. Talk to you later. Doc.